Let's unbox some vintage nail polish. It's been a while since I've done a haul. I just haven't been purchasing as much with the uncertainty of the clock app ban. So over the last month, I only made 3 purchases. Just yesterday though, I got monetized on the Play Button app, so I do have a place to rebuild if you want to follow me there. If you're watching over there as we speak, welcome to my hyperfixation. I'm glad you're here. The first polish is a Sally Hansen nail prisms in the shade Garnet Lapis. This line was released around the millennium and features shades with interesting color flips. This one is Lapis Amethyst. In a more raking light, this should have a purple flash. Unfortunately, this one does not have a label. This one here is Blush Diamond. You can't really tell in this lighting, but it has a low concentration of scattered holographic particles. I bought this lot for the next one, Turquoise Opal. If you're familiar with unicorn pea pigment, this seems to contain a sibling pigment, so it's super shifty. I'll have to swatch it soon. This next package is from a fellow collector, Emily. These were inspired by Hard Candy's 1996 holiday collection. This Sally Hansen in Laser is a dupe for Hard Candy's Holiday Homicide, which I swatched last month. Cyber is the dupe for Icky Eggnog. Hard Candy didn't have a yellow with hollow glitter, but they expanded on the hollow and jelly base idea with other colors. This is Nuclear. This one in the shade Techno is the dupe for Triple Xmas. This is Magnet, the dupe for Jingle Balls. And then like Nuclear, Sonar was not a direct dupe. This next package was a gift from the Fays, who were so generous to send these my way. This first Zoya is Evelyn, a light pearly shade. The next is Lamia, a pearly pink. I should also mention that Zoya used to put batch dates on all of these. This bottle was poured on January 11th in the year 2000. Daedra is so unique and pretty with a slight gold flash. This one was made August 28th, also in the year 2000. Kofta was poured on the same day and year as Daedra. Judging the fact that they are Z193 and Z195, they must have been from the same collection. I bet I have the ad for it. I should check. Aliana is so gorgeous, and judging the fill line, it was a favorite. The batch date is January 12th, 2000. When I swatch it, I'll have to preserve it by only painting 4 fingers. A full manicure would leave no crumbs. Morticia is obviously a dupe for Chanel Vamp from '94. Despite the 1998 batch date, I know this one was first released by Zoya in '95. This early 90s Avon is in the shade Burgundy Brew. This Sally Hansen is in Mink Stole. It has a copyright date of '97 on the back label. This Zoya is in the shade Miranda, poured April 28th, 1999. Here's Sasha from September 29th, 1999. Cameron is a pretty shimmer, but I think there might be some acetone in this bottle. She's from October 9th, 1998. Here's another Sasha, this one being from September 11th, 1999, 2 years before anyone knew that day would be forever memorialized. It was one of the last times that day would ever just be another ordinary day, at least in the US. Lauren is a mocha brown shimmer with a batch date of May 9th, 1998. Dawn is a berry creme with a date of December 9th, 1999. This Revlon is in Pink Spicing, a frosty pink from the 70s. The blocky font they used on this bottle is indicative of the era. They used to manually stamp the batch codes on the bottom until the early 80s. I've never seen this brand before, but it doesn't have a shade label. I'll have to jump on the newspaper archives to see what comes up. It looks very late 80s in style. Here's an early 80s Revlon in Fire Pearl. Notice the difference in font, although they hadn't yet changed the cap style. The font became a little more sleek and they dropped the all caps look. In 1985, they would introduce the black cap with the wide gold swooped band, and then in the early 90s, they changed the black cap to have the 4 gold rings. I don't have a shade name for this Wild and Crazy, but it was an offshoot brand of Sinful Colors. This gorgeous 90s Pure Ice is in the shade Marooned. This last bottle is another Pure Ice in the shade Purple Haze. If you wore Pure Ice in the 90s, you probably had this. This is Hard Candy Grinch from the aforementioned 1996 holiday collection. I revived one of these last month, and it's one of my all-time faves, so I indulged in another. I never have to worry about running out now. This very last package was an eBay purchase. This is a Peggy Sage nail kit from 1948. This kit was never used, but most of the solvents have evaporated. These kits didn't contain a top coat since polish at the time was shiny and not prone to scuff. They did make a base coat though. Naturel is really interesting since it looks more saturated and pigment-based, unlike the other natural shades that were dye-based at the time. Heartbreak Pink will totally have to be revived for Valentine's Day. It looks a little red, but when mixed, I'm assuming it will be a nice pink. And then this very last evaporated bottle is a cuticle remover. Also in this kit is a plastic sealed tissue. And then if you want to read the included pamphlet, pause as needed. I like that at the bottom it mentions Peggy was the originator of colored nail polish. She claimed to be the first to sell red nail polish in the 1920s, but also we can thank Peggy for being the first to introduce a whole rainbow of colors. Prior to her, nail polish was clear or a very sheer natural pink. Her blues, greens, yellows, black, etc. may not have been mainstream, but she defied the norms of the time, and I can respect that. Despite being the name of this innovative brand, little is known about her personal life. On the bottom of this page is where we get the manufacture year of this kit. Several brands, including Revlon, put this format of numbers on their pamphlets, the last two indicating the year 1948. And lastly, the kit includes a few tools. The cuticle pusher is great. I prefer these old metal ones over most modern pushers. They tend to be sharper, so maybe not the best option if you're too aggressive with it. And then the scissors are also really precise and sharp. I think in general, a lot of these implements were just better quality back then. Here's everything from the last month in summary. Huge thanks to the Fays as well as Emily. I'm excited to get swatching and reviving. Let me know which you'd like to see first. And be sure to follow on the other platforms, just in case.